Hi everyone. Today's devotion is about being the change. We all want to see good changes made in the world, and quite often we look towards others to make those changes when we need to start by looking at ourselves. And that comes from God and being alone with God in a secret and a quiet place. There's transformation that happens in that place. So go ahead and open your Bibles to the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verses 1 through 7, and read along with me. Be careful that you don't practice your religion in front of people to draw their attention. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father who is in heaven. Whenever you give to the poor, don't blow your trumpet as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, so that they may get praise from people. I assure you, that's the only reward they'll get. But when you give to the poor, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that you may give to the poor in secret. Your Father who sees what you do in secret will reward you. When you pray, don't be like hypocrites. They love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners so that people will see them. I assure you, that's the only reward they'll get. But when you pray, go to your room, shut the door, and pray to your Father who is present in that secret place. Your Father who sees what you do in secret will reward you. So, to help us think about this a little bit more, I wrote a short story called Carl the Caterpillar, Change Starts With Me. Carl the Caterpillar was feeling kind of down. The things that were going on around him were making him frown. Some friends were fighting, others were being mean. Still, some were doing good things, but only to be seen. There were those who could help more with ways they could give, but they kept it for themselves for the way they wanted to live. Change is what Carl wanted to see. While waiting for the world to change, he thought, maybe change starts with me. Carl climbed onto a tree. He needed some rest. Some quiet time with God might be what's best. He wrapped himself up in a nice chrysalis. I need to be in a secret place with God, just like this. As Carl was alone, sitting and talking to God, he started to feel something new and quite odd. In his time with God, he could sense some kind of change. Something is different, he thought. Isn't that strange? Carl had this feeling he just had to get out and show the world what change is about. So out of his chrysalis, he joyfully flew, feeling alive and feeling so new. I see it now, he thought, as he flew out of the tree. The change in the world does start with me. So into the world as a butterfly he went, ready to show everyone just what God meant. When God says, "Get quiet with me," that's when real change comes to be. You see, when we're alone with God and we trust, then God brings all the best out of us. We grow and we change. We let God take the lead. We do the things the world really does need. So get alone with God and you will see all the good things you can do and the change there will be. So this week, find some quiet time with God and just rest in God's presence. Pray and listen, read, whatever it is, and allow yourself to be changed and to be transformed so that you can make those changes in the world that God calls you to do. And as a family activity, why don't you go take a walk and see how many butterflies you can find? Maybe count them, see what different kinds, and think about the changes that God can make in you and make through you. Peace be with you.